Lastly, before we talk about whether or not this is rigged or not rigged, I do want to go into the most famous gambling suspension and the widely covered conspiracy that a lot of fans think is true, which is the Michael Jordan gambling suspension theory. What do you guys know about that before I get started here?
I haven't heard much about that. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I can. So the allegation is that Jordan retired immediately after winning 3 straight championship rings in his prime. At the time, he was under scrutiny for gambling, including a $57,000 check to convicted drug dealer, which Jordan admitted was to cover gambling debts. He also had claims from another businessman that Jordan owed him $1.2 million from gambling on golf, and he was seen in Atlantic City the night before a playoff game against the Knicks. So, the theory is that Jordan didn't actually retire, but instead was serving a secret suspension by the NBA to protect both the NBA and Michael Jordan. The NBA launched an investigation but found no violations, and then Jordan returned to the league just 2 years later and won 3 more championships. Since then, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and David Stern had denied any suspension ever happened. Jordan cited the personal loss of his father's murder and burnout as the reasons for stepping away, and there's been no evidence has ever confirmed a suspension, and Jordan has constantly denied betting on NBA games. With that being said, though, many fans believe there's not burnout and that the death of his father was actually connected to those gambling suspensions, which is why the NBA might have suspended him for that quietly. What are your guys' thoughts on the NBA potentially covering up this now that we see that Terry Rozier is more than likely part of this gambling scheme? Do you think the NBA is trying to cover it up with their investigation, or do you think they really didn't find anything wrong?
It wouldn't necessarily be the first time they've done some sort of cover up, so I'd say that it's very likely that it could have happened.